So I want to invite our panelists to come up. We've got our first set of about 20 questions here in your handwriting, direct from you all. We've taken the ones that we've received the most duplicates of and placed those at the top. So again, we're going to try and answer as many questions as possible in the remaining time that we have. And the more we get to hear from our panelists, the more answers we'll get to your questions. So panel, you've got a mic there. I'll let you guys decide who's the best to answer this first one. What happens, Kaki, maybe this one's, I'll field this to you first. What happens to people who aren't offered shelter? And then also, how much does it cost the city not to shelter people who are experiencing homelessness?
Thank you very much. So we work very hard through HSOC to make sure that when we're responding to 311 calls specifically, we're doing our very best job to assess the need of the person that we're engaging with and make sure that we're taking them to the right place and referring them to the appropriate resources. Sometimes folks who are on the street don't want to come inside. It takes a long time to build relationships with people and build the kind of trust that you need to be able to change someone's lifestyle. And a lot of that relationship building happens by meeting the person where they're at. So it's not just a simple answer of what exactly happens with a person. I can tell you that we do know there are about 4,000 unsheltered people in the city and county of San Francisco tonight. And at any given time, we have about 1,000 people on our shelter wait list. And those are people who are waiting for one of the many beds that are self-referral processed through either 311, getting on a wait list number, or going down to MSC South and putting yourself on the wait list, or hanging out until the possibility of a one-day bed occurs.
Great, thanks, Kaki. And we had this another question. How much does it cost the city not to shelter people who are experiencing homelessness?
I'll go ahead and answer the question. So it's really hard to say, but there's been estimates done. Santa Clara County did a really good study that shows that it costs about $80,000 a year in order for if somebody's living on the streets in terms of extra medical care and other assistance that they need living on the streets. It's certainly been proven over and over again that sheltering and housing people experiencing homelessness is actually more effective and more cost effective than having folks living out on the streets. I also want to say that one of the things that happens to people who are living on the streets is that they get extremely sick and that they are at greater risk of dying. Every year we have over 200 people who die generally alone on the streets, and shelter and permanent housing is an excellent way to address those health concerns and the concerns that occur when people are living homeless.
Thanks, Jeff. Our next question, if the police are slow to respond due to short staffing or gridlock, what will change?
As I mentioned before, our commitment is to respond here rapidly. What's different from all the other navigation centers is really having that direct access, having the security connected directly with us, having the 311 queue specialized in the Healthy Streets Operations Center so we can make that a priority. But we are going to be here. We're going to be here several times a day. Captain Del Carlo is here. He's going to make it a point with his officers that they expedite the response to any calls for service here. You have our commitment on behalf of the department to make sure that this area is safe and everything here is addressed.
Okay, thank you, Commander. Next question. I'm sure everybody wants to hear the questions from the public. How are you going to ensure that the residents of the Navigation Center are not doing drugs in our neighborhood?
Get over it.
By having our presence here, by being very proactive on patrol, by responding rapidly to calls for service, we're going to make sure that there is not drug usage on our streets, people sitting down. We're going to ensure that our encampments are not, there's not encampments popped up. We're going to address all of it, just like we do all the other navigation centers. That's why crime is down in those areas. We're going to do that. We're going to continue to do that. And one last thing I'd like to say is sometimes when the police officers have to deal with those issues, they need a place to bring people. And that's why the Navigation Center works.
Who lives here? Our city! Our city! Our city! Our city!
So, I have 4 more questions, folks, that have been. So I want to let you, sir, I'd love to let you know when you will be. We will have unlimited public comment at the port hearing, the port committee hearing. So there will be unlimited public comment at the port committee hearing, and we've had lots of public comment in the past. For the folks who did submit in writing, I just have 4 more, and then we're going to wrap up for the evening. So unlimited public comment at the port committee meeting. Somebody can come tell you when that is. I don't know.